This video is made possible by the following sponsors. Make sure to check out their awesome products in the links below. Hey guys, Jimmy here and welcome back to iRacing for another video. Today we are back in the Corvette C7DP in the IMSA series, and I say we because I am once again joined by the one and only Adam Hodgkinson. Hello again, Adam.
Good evening.
It's damn weird calling you Adam, I don't like that. You can see that Adam has his own unique version of the Jimmer livery. He's Hodger, so you've got Jimmer and Hodger, Hodger and Badger, Jimmer and whatever. This week IMSA is at the Nürburgring GP circuit. Now both Hodge and I are very much familiar with this circuit, but it's actually the first time that I can remember anyway doing an iRacing race around here. We've raced it a lot in R Factor and RF2 and maybe even a set of course I have anyway, but not in iRacing, so it's been quite difficult to get used to the circuit. Both Hodge and I started off on a fairly quick setup, but it became apparent quite early on that that setup wasn't too safe, so I've reverted to last week's setup with a couple of downforce changes to account for this circuit. I'm not quite sure what you're on, Hodge. Are you on a similar set now, or?
I'm on some experimental thing. I don't think it's going to work, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so Hodge is dying at T1, confirmed. That's fine. Another place for me. We're going to be taking part again in the quarter to midnight split. I have no idea why we do this late on a Sunday, but it just seems to be when we both have free time to do it together. And this time, I'm aiming to break that 2K iRating barrier. I think I'm at 1980 now, or around that sort of area, after the GTP race, so really looking to break that 2K today. Right, okay then, both Adam and I have made our way on to the server, and as you can see, there are only five of us DPs in this race today. I sort of prefer the smaller prototype numbers, because that's more sort of in keeping with the real life racing counterpart. There is myself, Adam, Nicholas, Luigi, and then a long way ahead of us in iRating, it seems we have Branta there as well. So I guess the goal for us, or one of us, will be to try and get on the podium. Qualifying coming up. Let's hope I can put in a decent lap for a change. Right then, so qualifying is drawing to a close and somehow I find myself in pole position again. I'm not quite sure how that happened. The lap wasn't necessarily that decent either, but I'm just saying to Adam just now off camera that it's really damn slippy out there. Adam was complaining of the car sliding a bit on his first lap. So I guess plan for the race is to just try and pull away from the rest of the field. Obviously Hodge and I are in Hodge and I are in the same team speak, so we're sort of working together, I suppose. But when it does get down to the nitty-gritty, we are racing. So it seems, as always, Hodge, you're going to be my my biggest rival this time.
I'm going to be your wingman.
Hey, boy. Right then, so here we are on the back straight just before the kink behind the iRacing pace car, just waiting for that to pull off. I've got Hodge to the left of me. I can't see him because I haven't got look left bound, so I'm just going to assume that I'm not going to hit him, hopefully. T1 at the Nürburgring is always very difficult, very tight, very heavy braking zone, and tyres and brakes are usually quite cold going into T1. So we might see a couple of mistakes. We've got our fuel set. I think we're both going with 26 litres at the stop. We both think that's right. We'll find out, I guess, at the end of the race if it isn't. But I think we're erring on the side of caution because some people are going on 22 litres. But anyway, away goes the pace car and away we go. Going to drag the brakes a little bit, try and get up temperature. You can hear that very nasty squealing noise there. It's the sound that cold brakes make. Now this setup is pretty much tuned for safety. As I said at the start of the video, we had sort of two choices with setup. One was a bit faster but quite dangerous, and this is a little bit slower but a little bit more predictable. Aside from actually the faster stuff, this car is a little bit nervous through here, so Hodge is going to pull up alongside me as we come on the pit straight. Just waiting for this fella to come into the pit, so there you go, in comes the safety car. I'm going to wait, I'm not going just yet. Goodbye! The jump is there. Catch Hodge absolutely napping there. A nice 0.6 of a second lead going down to T1 for the first time. Everything's cold, so I'm going to brake a bit early. Even though I'm braking early, I'm still out braking myself. You can hear losing traction through there as Brandt gets a lot closer to me through there. So good first section from him, looking very fast. All that lead I gained at the start there, that cheeky little jump start, all gone now. So got to now focus on actually hitting my marks. First up, you can see the GTE field just in the distance there, snaking through. No idea what this Brandt fellow's like. All I know is that according to iRating, he's better than me. So I mean, I've got to keep an eye on. This car is nice and easy on the first couple of laps. It does get a bit more difficult as the stint goes on. So just focus on those marks right now. Trying not to be distracted by these moths that seem to be going absolutely insane in my room at the moment. I'm recording this at night, so I'm actually a attraction to all sort of insects, it appears. Nice and easy through here. You can see just on the throttle there being nice and smooth on the application on the exit. I mean, not really much of a rush right now. I'm not too bothered about what Brandt's doing. If he's faster, cool. If not, then whatever. We're a bit faster through the Schumacher SO, which is good. That's a good sign. Leave it in fifth here, down to third. Aim for the insides. A little bit of camber there you want to try and dip the wheel into. Same with this corner. Let's turn in twice there, mess up a little bit. Got a little bit loose. Seems we're actually pretty quick through the middle sector there. Looks like though Brandt is fast in a straight line, maybe running a little bit less wing than we are, which would mean that he's a bit more ragged through this section. Went for 7th gear there, doesn't exist. With third gear, eased it in. Yeah, I think my suspicions are correct. He really drops off there through the fast stuff. There is one lap complete, leader lap. That's a good start. Hodge in second position, sort of staying with Brandt as well. Nicholas behind him. How was that first lap for you, Hodge?
I almost died when he came in front of me for turn 1.
Oh, really? Well, luckily you're still with us. The goal of this race is not to be killed by a GTE car. Well, actually, just to get to the end, I suppose. I want to get that sweet, sweet 2K. I'm not sure if I've got to finish well to get it, though. There's actually a fly currently just chilling on my steering wheel. It's super distracting. It's really interesting watching him go around as well while I'm driving. It's just sort of just rotating as I turn the wheel. Definitely something real racing drivers don't really have to deal with. Alright, third gear there. Car then give it to me. There you go, nice. A lot of trail braking in this car. The fast way to drive it, I think. You see me sort of trying to square off a lot of the corners as well. That's how I find this car reacts best. It likes nice, simple inputs. Doesn't like anything too complex. I got on the brakes really well there. I just slowed down a lot quicker than I meant to, which sounds strange, but hey ho. So gap to Brown staying about the same. Again, S is now where I'm going to be a bit quicker than him. I'm running a bit more downforce. Yeah, that gap pops up a couple of attempts. That's good to know though. Well, it does mean, however, if he does get close, I'm not going to be able to do much defending, because he's going to have the straight line speed advantage and probably a tow as well. What I really need is my good friend Hodge to get onto the back of him and start playing with him a little bit and start slowing him down. Team orders, Hodge. Punch for 6. I then lock up into the chicane. That was scary, but we got through fairly quickly anyway. Locking up in this car is pretty dangerous. Brakes in this car are not the best. No ABS in this thing. So the ABS is your left foot. 47.7, go faster than that. Nice short 5th and 6th gear, so we stay in the power band going down the straight. I really cock up T1 there, very wide. Brant's going to get a chance. No, he doesn't. It's a bit out of shape there, actually. I think he got the car turned in very well, but the rear end just didn't stick for him. That corner's so difficult. Rear ends wants to always overtake the front. You can't let it though, because that is bad.exe. Just seem to have Brant in the corners right now, and looking at my relative as well, it seems that Hodge is actually gaining on both of us. That's good for me. Well, sort of anyway. I want him to get to Brant and no further. We'll get past Brant and no further. That'll be the dream. I'll focus a bit more on my exits here. I'm being a little bit sloppy at the moment. Try not to lock the brakes up too much, because that's more tyre wear. These tyres have got to last the entire 40 minutes around here. It's not difficult, but of course the more you use them, the more difficult the last half of the race is going to be. I want to be more aggressive through there. If you touch the curb, stuff gets a little bit ragged. Now Brant's a lot closer than he was before. That's my braking point there. I was concentrating on behind me, going to get an off track now. So this is going to be difficult now. He's going to have probably have the run coming down into the chicane. I'm going to go to the right. That is the fastest line. He's got the slipstream though. The fastest line here. And a bit wider there. See what he wants to do. No thank you, dude. I'm going to hang around the outside, keep the position there. I'm not going to go behind, just a mistake. And that is going to allow Hodge to get close as well, hopefully within striking distance of old Brant behind. I'm going to have to go defensive here. There you go, nice, cut him off, and now Hodge is right side by side. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do there. That ain't going to work. Putting his nose in everywhere right now. I'm not letting him have it though. Just backing him into Hodge. That all started there with my mistake earlier on in the lap. So interesting. It seems that us three are quite evenly balanced at the moment. Nice and wide there on the exit. Get the best run off the corner as possible. Need to try and gap Brant a little bit now because of that low downforce setup he is running. He's very strong through the hairpin. You're having to sort of balance the car through there on the brake a little bit. It's not quite flat in this car. That's better. Get it in. Oh, understeer. The front wash there, right mid corner. Okay, he shouldn't be close enough to do anything through here, hopefully. Will be a lunge if he does. I don't think he's that silly. So right, needs to be faster than him, and I'm not. I can see him still in my mirror. Come on, tuck it in. These lap times aren't great right now. What was that? 40. I need to be in the 47s really. I'm capable of doing those times. Come on. Only downside to this setup is that it's got quite a loose coast setting, which means that we do actually lose a little bit of braking or slowing down potential off throttle. So I have to watch out on some of these corners because he comes very deep. As long as I get a good exit, we're okay. Hodge dropping back a little bit. Should be in third through here, Jimmy. Why aren't you in third? I can bring it to the apex and stamp on the throttle, absolutely square it off. There you go. Just all the run off with a little bit more there. Second off track. Got to try and keep those to a minimum, really. Being an A licence now, I get slapped on the wrist a bit harder when I go off track, so I'm gonna make sure I stop doing that. Good run there through the first sector so far. You can use a little bit of that run off on the right there, but it does give you a cut track if you take the mickey. I have no idea how this fella behind me is in traffic. I'm going to have to hope that my experience will help me a little bit when we get there. Got a little while yet, got 30 seconds till we catch the back of the GT3 field. Gap to go behind us now about a second or so. That's good, so that's starting to increase a bit. Trying to be as soft as I can on these brakes, they do not like being manhandled. If you wanted a reminder that I'm still running a fairly low wing, there it is through the chicane, car gets a bit loose. Yeah, he's just a little bit faster through there right now. I think he's actually figured it out a bit. He was slow first time through. Better lap time though. Low 48. Bring it to the apex. Don't hit the cone though. Nice. That was nice. That was smooth. Let's just try and be smooth in this car more than anything else. A little bit of a drift there for good measure. Last way through there to do that, of course, but all the time we're doing that, we're just burning the tyres, so you've got to be a bit careful. Nice through there. Gapped Brant a little bit. Got to keep up that pace. Come on, Jimmy. Bring it to the inside. Second. A little bit tardy on the throttle out there this time. Pick up the rear for good measure. Hodge is starting to close back up on the 6 car, so that's good for me. I've got to just focus on making that gap as big as possible in the meantime. Again, we aren't too sure on fuel around here, so we might be overfilling a little bit, and that could cost us, so hoping that I can make up a little bit of time before that happens. Watch out for that curb. You might think, Jimmy, why'd you get off throttle there? But it's very easy to get loose in that curb, and at that speed, there's not much coming back. Oh, rear of the car. Wanting to eat me a bit, but it's predictable though. I know when it's coming. That's the important thing. Starting to wind up a bit now, starting to pull away a bit from the guy behind. This is good. I'll just continue this rhythm. Can really take a lot of that inside curve there. Outside curb scare. I got off the throttle a bit earlier than I wanted to there, but I wanted to make sure I didn't get spat out coming off the curb onto the last corner. For 1.6 seconds now to Brant. He's going to be out of the slipstream now. That's important. 18 seconds to the GT3s in front. And then I go mess up T1. It's very easy to do that as the tyres start to wear. Get your braking point just a tiny bit wrong and stuff starts going wrong again. The car sideways is all hell out of there. Just trying to keep it neat and tidy through here. You can gain a lot of time by being neat. About as neat as I can be. Just bouncing it right on the edge of grip through there. Just having a quick peek at the relative every now and then just to see where those GT3s are. We're going to catch them in a lap or so. Might actually see them coming around the hairpin. No, they're a bit further along than that. Try and just force this car to the inside, and as soon as the car gets to a certain point of turning, a certain amount of rotation, that's when you get on the throttle. It's very hard to describe, but you just feel it. Straight down that exit there, nice. Brant starting to close back in again. Ooh, a little bit too much on the inside there. These curbs are not nice to take this on this setup anyway. It's quite a low setup, so these curbs do upset the car a little bit. Oh god, I'm sweating. A very warm summer's night here in the UK. This headband already is absolutely disgusting. I'm sure you all wanted to know that. Oh, slow through the S. I do prefer that chicane to the sort of Grand Prix layout they have around here. Just seem to flow just so much more better through there. So that was a 48. Brant's starting to close back in now. I think he's found his rhythm again. Oh my god. Try to get the car slow down. It's just not doing it for me. Big cloud of smoke. Someone's made a mistake through there just now. Might have been a GT car. Check relative on through here. Don't want to be checking it mid-corner. Got to really train myself not to keep glancing at the relative mid-corner because that's so easy to do that. There you go. So 4.3 seconds. I can see him visually now, so that's okay. Carry as much speed as possible through that corner, although you don't really gain much from doing that because you have to slow right down for this tight right just afterwards, but it all counts. Okay, nice. Easy on the throttle. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. We should catch them after the S, fortunately. Hopefully it'll be a fortuitous place for us to pass. Hopefully they'll see us coming as well. They're quite a way off the back of their fellow cars. I wonder if he's going to give it to me now. I doubt he is. He does at the last second. I wish that was more clearly communicated, but there's not much more he can do about that really. He got out of the way, I suppose. Didn't have to do that. Slowed me down a tiny bit just because I wasn't quite sure what was going on. Another off track there, getting flustered. Come on. But we both got past there without any sort of bother. Oh, big frame dip there. I'm not quite sure what caused that, but we're through. Easy. Again, as I mentioned so many times in this car, a lot of your driving is trying to balance the traction control, trying to make sure that you aren't bogging too hard out the corners. Frame rate is diving down the straight. Bit of a better T1 though, still getting a lot of friction. You can hear it in the tyres, hear them scrubbing as I try and slow the car down. Oh, just football drifting the car there out on the right onto the curb, almost as like driving an old F1 car to an extent, just how much it drifts. No downforce really at that speed, so it's all mechanical grip. Okay, good. Thought the car wasn't going to turn in there. Bad line into there. Come on, stamp on the throttle, square it off. Okay, so next GT3 coming up. We're probably going to catch them hopefully on the back straight. Depends how quick we are through here. There's actually a chance we might get them at the far chicane, which would be disastrous for us. I think we're going to get them there actually. Yeah, I think we are. That's annoying, but it's part of multi-class racing. The ebb and flow, as we call it. Actually, I might get him on the exit. No, we should be okay. We should be alright. Ooh, car getting a bit loose there. A bit bumpy on the way in. The car doesn't really react well to it. Okay, so we actually didn't get hindered at all there. That's very handy. Not sure what he was doing there, coming over for some reason. Bit better to see one big lock up though, but we slowed down at least. Hopefully now Brandt's going to get caught up a little bit behind that AMG. That'll do me a big favour. Oh, there's a try not to run it too wide there. The car's just pushing out now from the front and the rear. It's like a four-wheel slide. It's very hard to explain. Okay, good. He's lost a bit of time through there. That's good for me. I'll just keep up this pace and hope I hit traffic in some good places. And also I've got to make sure my pit stop is good as well. It's one of the key factors around here. Second gear again, just tackle him. The car's feeling pretty nice right now. It's not feeling particularly quick, but it's feeling nice. And that's the important thing in these sort of longer races. The multi-class as well. The car's got to be agile, got to deal with slower classes. Right, I'm not going to be close enough to do that. Oh, I thought he was giving me the line there. He goes wide. Come on, get out of it, you. I made a mistake right on the apex, and I thought that was him communicating, I'm going to give you the corner, but he then turned in anyway. And then gave me a flash of the lights there for good measure. It's a good job, man. Appreciate that. Flash of the lights. Oh my god, that was bad through there. I'm focusing on what's behind me now. Come on. I think Brandt might have got, actually, he did get held up. Oh, he got held up right through the chicane. That is exactly what I want. He'll be squaring in his racing helmet, I imagine. Just about keeping above 60 frames on the straight. I guess that's alright. Give me first, please. Thank you. Easy. Smooth. What I like. This corner's so difficult with a single monitor, and that bloody great strut that goes down the centre of the C7 cockpit just obscures the vision slightly. This is where I wish I had VR or track IR, something to that nature. But I'll just be a single screen peasant until then. Oh, I overcooked it a bit into there, but somehow got away with it. Car's sort of okay for that. If you make a mistake, you can get away somehow. Sometimes just running it through the corner, a slightly wider line, it will still pick up a sort of similar cornering speed to what you would do if you were getting the corner right. That was slow. Got in the corner, got on the throttle very late out there. Get off that curb, Jimmy. You can just see me working the wheel when I hit that curb. It's scary. Do not recommend. Don't know why I was in second there. Got to really start counting my downshift. Sometimes I just do what feels right, which isn't always the best thing. Just going to allow Brant to get a tiny bit closer, not too much closer though. There you go. Feels very fast when you get it right. Feels very scary when you get it right as well. Trying again, square off the corner as much as possible. As best possible run off the corner, because otherwise if I make a mistake I carry it all the way down the straight. A little bit of gravel on the circuit there. I'm not quite sure how that's got onto the circuit on the straight. Someone's made a big mistake somewhere. It's more and more difficult as the race goes on. Another off track. Oh, come on, that's 4x now, Jimmy. Come on. No, I messed up this corner. Okay, come on. Getting clumsy. Tyres starting to do the nasty thing, starting to overheat a bit. Come on, when you had the pace, you just pulled away. Bring the pace back, Jimmy. Come on, mate. You're capable of it. Don't be doing that. Hitting both curves there. Faster than Brant now, which is the important thing. Relative is actually such an annoying thing. I sort of see it as a requisite when you race this sort of thing, but you always just keep looking at the gap. It can almost be distracting sometimes. If it wasn't multi-class, I'd probably have it off. But having multi-class, it's useful to know where I'm going to be catching cars. We've got one of the slower GTE cars. They're going to be a right pain to get past. Again, using second there, seemed to work better that time though. Trying to run it too wide, trying to avoid that off track. Oh, that's the fuel, so I'm going to switch over actually to my fuel. I can make sure I pit in the right time. It's going to be marginal here because I've got to be quick to keep my lead. We've got 5 laps at the line. 5.3, that's good. I'll keep an eye on that and just focus on what's in front now. Another relative off for a couple of laps. FPS are really tanking on the straight. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not quite sure what's causing it. I guess this track is just heavy on FPS. What's this guy doing? Dude, get out of the way! Come on, move. Bloody GT3s. Gonna go wide, then get out of the way. Don't pull back across the circuit. It's gonna slow me down a bit, but the guy behind is gonna have to go through these guys as well. I'm gonna get let's try right through the fast corner as well. It's the worst place to catch these cars, is through the fast corners. Okay, we'll get past the Ferrari before we get to the bottom. Pull to the right, nice nose if sees them coming. Why is he coming across? Stay there, please. Past the Ferrari. Oh, he runs to the back of me. Come on, dude. I get past this AMG before the S. What we're doing? We want to do that there, but I have no choice. Looks like the fella behind's done a good job actually of getting through that a lot quicker than I did. Ooh. Car tried to go on me there, just about caught it with one hand. Understeering like a tank through there. Actually, looks like Brant got held up a bit. That's good. I sort of need that, to be honest, after that very clumsy first time through those guys. Okay, that was better. I can't see Brant now. I think he really got held up there, so he's lost a couple of seconds to me, which is good for me. Bad for him. Right, 4 laps at the line. How's it going, Hodge?
Yeah, not so bad, not so bad.
How's the car behaving?
It's interesting.
Is this your experimental setup you're on?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not quite sure what it is at the moment, to be fair. I don't think it's quite what I had in practice.
That's always a good thing. Racing with a completely unfamiliar setup. Another AMG in front. Should get that after the hairpin probably. Oh, I nearly ran. Come on, Jimmy. Just determined to get another off track, it seems. Closing a lot here on the braking. I'll try and get past before the S. I'm going to. Not the fastest way through there, but again, important to get past as quick as I can. I can't afford to stay behind an AMG through there. I'll just lose so much time. Got the same deal with this one through the fast S, but I don't think I'm going to be able to avoid it, unfortunately. I might try and back it up a little bit and then run it through. Oh, damn it, got a skiddy out of there. Dude, come on, man. I'm always going to go for the inside. I've got that performance. It was sort of my fault. I didn't get a very good run out of the chicane. A better run out of there would have been a lot easier. Would have seen me coming a lot sooner, but as a result, we sort of turned in, then looked. And luckily, that was early enough to see me coming. Look at the car pushing so much at the front there on throttle. Try not to use first gear through here, but the car sort of almost wants it. See Brant a little bit closer again now. No doubt gaining a bit in the traffic. If my frame rate could just stay consistent, that would be great. Hopefully it won't be too bad for you guys. Still get uploaded at 60 frames, so it won't be too much of a differential for you, but for me it's a little bit choppy. And here really now abusing the tyres through the corners. I do need to make sure I have a bit of a gap though, because after I come out the pit stop, that's when I'm going to know where we are. We're putting in 26 litres at the stop. I'm hoping it's going to be enough to get us to the end. I'm pretty sure it will be. I'm not sure how far into the race we are now. Well over halfway, I'll assume. There you go. We're going to have 2 laps at the line. This is what happens when you only run one race each week. You don't know what the fuel's going to be like. I sort of know roughly what it should be. Hoping we are right. Tyre's starting to slide a bit though, but it doesn't feel bad. It feels predictable. So next lap will be our last lap on this stint. That was good. Again, just trying not to fight that traction control too much. It's not really a fan of me right now, bless it. And this is where you see the difference between drivers like myself, who I like to think myself as a bit of an, I don't know, a decent amateur when it comes to sim racing, but when you see the proper pros, they can hit those lines time after time after time and not even break a sweat. Here I am, sweating buckets here, understeering like a bad boy at most corners. I'm liking that gap though. It's up to about 3 seconds, I'd say now, just by eye. Okay. Struggling a bit to get the front end in there. Sort of how the car progresses. I see that turn in there. Car washes at the front. Got to be wary of that now. It's going to become more and more scary, and even be more so when I come into the pits and put some more fuel in, because then I'll be on sort of worn tyres but with a heavier car, so that's going to be an interesting transition. Bit of traffic ahead. I'm sort of debating whether I want to pit now or not. I am not going to. I'm going to try and leave this as long as possible. Why did I brake so early there? Ooh, nearly dived on the exit several times there. That was a very slow through there. Though, Brant would have gained a little bit. I'm almost certain. Maybe he's coming to the pits now. Maybe he's seen the traffic and made a decision that I should have just made. Let's find out. Hopefully we can get past these guys in a decent place. That is what seems to be the GT3 leader. So hopefully he'll be fairly switched on as to what's going on around him. I'm going to assume it's him because it's the last GT3 I've come to. He's going to do that thing where he doesn't get the line right and then holds me up. Come on, dude, get on with it. So frustrating. See, when people understeer into corners, you think, right, okay, that's him saying, here's the corner, but then he turns in right at the last second and you're sort of left without momentum and just having to wait behind the guy, and that's so slow. Ideally, you want to try and get a run past someone, so on corner exit, maybe timing your exit so you come out just at the right point so you haven't got to slow yourself up, doesn't affect your line. Maybe I should have pitted last lap and not having to face this traffic. Although the GTEs, fortunately, are pretty fast for the S. To really force that, otherwise he's not going to give it to me. These GTEs are very fast in the corners. Much faster than the GT3 cars. I actually caught a bit of dirty air there from the GT in front. We're going to get him. Which way are you going? Right, into the pit lane. Keep an eye where my controller is so I can see where the pit limiter button is. Well, that's one way to wreck your tyres. We slow down pretty damn quick though, so making sure everything's as it should be. Hopefully that'll be enough fuel. I can't see my bloody guy. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Right at the end there. Okay. Ferrari pulling out. There's my fella there. Down to first gear. Right, fill me up, dude, and be quick about it. Go, 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 go. And Brant behind me, he's pulled into the pit lane. Might be a short field to know. Okay, we're away. Not a bad stop, we're out ahead. Good, okay. Now it's all just down to who can get to the line first. So this is where I've sort of fallen short a little bit in previous videos. I messed up the stop. That time was pretty much flawless, I think. I was saying that, I think Brant's still in the pit lane. I think he might have taken tyres by mistake. He's 18 seconds back. Hodge, did you pit that lap?
Nope.
Hodge got another lap. So this could be Hodge up into P2. I think Brant took tyres there, which is a real shame. But maybe we'll see it come back in his hands. I don't know. I don't think he was going to make back 18 seconds though. There isn't that long left of this race, surely. I'll have to check the relative in a second, or the time when I get into a straight. I know it's a 40-minute race, I think it is anyway. And we're nearly doing 2-minute lap times around here, and we're on lap 18 now, so we're a good chunk in, probably about at least 2/3 distance. Although Brant is going to be coming quickly now, because he's got nice, fresh rubber. I assume so anyway. Either that or he's put a full tank of fuel in. I'm, again, struggling on these older tyres. Well, not struggling, the tyres are okay, I'm just driving like a bit of a tit. Okay, so we're at 30 minutes, still got 10 minutes remaining of this race, so that fuel should be enough. I've got to just focus now on hitting all my marks. I hope the Hodge doesn't come out in front of me. If he does, that's going to be someone else to deal with. Just going around the last corner now, on the throttle, nice. Sideways out of there. Looking at my relative on the pit lane, I don't see Hodge in the box, he's still going around. Hodge has made another lap out of it, so have we been betrayed? Have we been betrayed by this Lord Hodgeness? Betrayal, I say, sir!
No, you're ahead.
Oh, there you are, I didn't see you. The Hodge is 8 seconds back, so that's actually good for us. It means now I've got a bit of a cushion between myself and Brown as well. I don't think he's even going to catch Hodge. I think he's really made the wrong choice there. Either he set his pit menu wrong, well, that's a very bad strategy call. I expected to see him come out before me, given how bad we are on fuel usually, but... Could the dream of a 1-2 happen, Hodge? Could it happen?
There's still 10 minutes yet.
Still 10 minutes to punt a GTE car. I'll be punted by a GTE car in my case anyway. Can't let the dream be too real just yet. Fourth gear. I must say this circuit, I don't know if I enjoy this circuit that much in this car, Hodge. I don't know about you. I feel like I want a bit more downforce, you know? It's just sort of in between.
It's in an awkward halfway house where it just doesn't have enough front downforce.
Yeah. You've seen it a couple of times now where the front just washes, partly due to bolting on a bit of wing to the rear as well, but it's just sort of how it is. But anyway, focus on the task at hand again. GTE's in front now, so that again they are a bit more difficult to pass, but usually they're quite compliant if you have the run. Problem with GTE cars is they're actually quite quick through the corners, and through the slower speed corners there's not actually much difference at all. So getting to a point where you can get past them is actually quite difficult. They are back into P1, confirmed. Braking a little bit earlier than I have been braking, just to make sure I get it into the corner nicely. Don't want to overshoot now, that could be a complete disaster. Saying that, I'm then going to mess up T2. Well, I've got a little bit of time to spare back to Hodge, so I can afford a couple of mistakes, nothing too severe, but a couple of little ones won't hurt. Easy. Oh, okay, nice. So Stefan in front again. I think he's not the GT3 leader, I assumed he was. He's actually down in 6th or so, so I'm going to go to the inside now. He sees me good. I thought he didn't see me for a second then. Got to make it nice and clear what I'm doing there, so I just stayed to the right hand side. He saw me coming, got the move done nice and easy. Now a lot of traffic in front of me now. The time to bring that VEC training into good use, so I'm going to crash into every car I see. That is the VEC way. I don't like using the curb, but you see the GTE car use the curb on the entrance on the outside there. I don't like using that curb, it really unsettles the car. This car is not nice on curbs. That's where our main sort of speed is, on corner exit, when we get a good corner exit. I should hopefully get this GT before the fast S. I will do. I won't get the one in front, but it'll be pretty before. I'm going to pull to the right. Dude! Dude! What the hell? Oh my Christ almighty. That was incredibly intelligent by that guy there. I think I made it quite clear I was going to the right. He then did not move over whilst I was coming by on the right. Not quite sure why, but whatever. I guess we're through. Can't expect everyone to know what they're doing. That is a difficult one though through the kink. It's quite hard to communicate what you're going to do, especially because it's a flat corner for both people. So if you're coming up to the point where you're about to be alongside, what you want to try and do is take the inside, I find, because usually the GT cars have to run a bit wider because they don't quite have the grip through the corner. So I thought I was communicating that quite well there, but I guess not. Anyway, let's not think about that too much. More traffic ahead of us to deal with. And this series definitely is proving a good place to keep myself fresh on this multi-class action. Of course, VEC off season, I don't get much time to test myself in traffic, and this is a good place for it because everyone and their bloody aunt drives GTE cars nowadays. Easy. Bit heavy on the brakes there. Doesn't matter. Square it off. Oh man, this is actually going to be quite frustrating, these guys. They're all quite close together, they're all fighting as well. So they're not going to be very keen on letting me through because that'll lose some time to the guy around them. Losing second gear through here now, just feels a bit better. Tyre's starting to wear a bit more, he's that extra bit of punch off the corner. We'll go right inside this GT straight away. Ah, fellow Hussenveld sponsor. Good lad. I'm going to have to wait through here though, which is fine. I've got a little bit of time, I can afford to wait a little bit. I don't want to wait for too long. Look up inside this Ferrari now. What the hell was that Ferrari doing? Why are you defending from me, you pillock? For God's sake. I feel like a lot of people don't quite understand how multi-class racing works in iRacing. When you're being lapped by the faster class, you don't try and block them. You help facilitate the pass if you can. Not to say, of course, people should just move over, that's not how it works either. But in that case, he actively blocked me. I had someone say to me before, like, oh, it's okay, GTs can do that, they're just messing that they don't want you to get past them there. It's like, well, no, they can't do that. That causes accidents, you silly boy. You sort of need to be decisive in traffic as well, and I think being decisive in traffic can also mean you become quite unpopular with GT drivers, but as long as there's no contact, I think it's fine, to be honest. You have to be selfish and put your race first. That is what racing is. You aren't racing to see a GTE car get on the podium, you're racing to get on the podium yourself. We're coming up now to the back of the DP field here. There's Luigi. Hopefully he'll see me and let me pass without any sort of incident. Oh man, bit of warping there for him in front. This could be interesting. I'm wondering how he's going to treat me coming past him. Never actually lapped a DP, I think, on one of these events before, so this is going to be interesting. Oh, that wash at the front, another off track. God, 6 off tracks now. It's going to be not good for my iRating. Just getting, I guess, dirty air, although I'm not quite sure this thing generates a little dirty air. Had no turning whatsoever there. It's a nice little drift there through the S just for good measure. Just showing off now, really. Right, come on, dude, get out of the way. Oh, he's running lower wing than me as well, of course he is. Okay, I'll break him into C1 easy. I think he might let me through there, but that was a bit annoying. 5 taps of fuel left. I'm pretty sure we're coming up now to the last lap after this one. I hope so anyway. Again, GTE's starting to get right into the thick of the field now. Another bloody off track. Jesus Christ. GT safety rating. This guy's fighting in front as well, so that's going to be a bit of a pain to get past. Again, they're only interested in their race, which is completely fair. I would do the same thing. Usually they're pulled to the inside, I think, to sort of anticipate me coming. I'm going to have to get 1 but not 2 here. That poor GTE car is messed up. Criminy. No one wants to give you any room, any quarter at all through here, do they? Everyone is absolutely intent on racing you. Again there, I put my car to the inside nice and early, let him know I'm coming through, but he still goes side by side through the Schumacher S. Terrifying, but I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit aggressive, I don't know. I don't think I am. I think I'm driving completely fine, but I am going to think that, of course, because it's my driving. My left wrist is starting to cramp a bit, which is a bit of an issue. So I'm hoping this is the last lap, because I'm not quite sure how much longer I'm going to be able to hold on, actually. Really starting to cramp up. Last lap? No, not this lap. 1 more and a bit to go. It's 40 minutes this race, isn't it?
You have 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes left, so 2 laps.
Okay, we'll be okay on fuel just about. Luckily we hit 26 in the end, eh? Nice and easy. Just trying to be nice and smooth through here. I can't see Hodge on the relative, so he's more than 7 seconds behind, which means I've got a little bit of time to spare. How's the gap to you and the fella behind you, Hodge?
It is grown, so I can't see it anymore. I'm just stuck in the middle of the GT cars that don't give racing room.
Sounds about right. The problem is with the GTE field, there's so many of them. None of them really want to get in your way, or sorry, that's the opposite. None of them want to give any way. They want to race the guys around them completely, you know, until the bitter end. So when you're coming through in the faster class, and they have to give a little bit of room and slow down a little bit to facilitate the pass. And again, they haven't always got to do that, but it can help, especially if you're side by side with the bloody Schumacher S. Get off the goddamn throttle.
Yeah, that and then the run out or from Schumacher S up to the next corner, they don't blend out the throttle either.
And like, you lose less time that way because then you're forcing the prototype to overtake you like it was a proper racing overtake, so you're then both losing time. I guess that sort of thing comes with experience. And we're bloody old men when it comes to that sort of shit. Oh, big old drift through there just for good measure. There's the white flag, that's what I like to see. The white flag this time by, and I'm in real danger of actually winning an event here in IMSA. If I can last one more lap in before I bin it somewhere on my own. Just drive nice and safely. Says drive nice and safely. Proceeds to lock up all the way into T1. We'll end it nicely, so no need to push out of here now. Even so, the car wants to do a little kick at the back there. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna be glad to see the back of this race. Not really a circuit that I really like with this car. To be honest, I don't really like the GP circuit that much anyway. Like, I've never really been that big of a fan of it. Maybe that's just me though. Wide there, don't matter. Can afford to be a bit sloppy now. We'll get no more off track, so I'm fine with that. Second gear again. Really starting to miss my apexes now. My wrist is really quite tight at the moment. I'm trying to do a lot on my steering right now with my right hand. My left hand's just there to keep some sort of focus at the moment. Things I've got to hold on my left wrist through here now. It's not pain. It's just the muscle is just tight. It's very hard to explain. I think I need to get down to the gym and do some more exercise, if you know what I mean. But anyway, innuendo aside, coming up then to the last chicane. Braking nice and early, just put it down a third gear. Oh, shit, almost went wide anyway there. Bit too pedestrian on the brakes. Doesn't matter though. Last corner, and there we are. I may be a puddle of sweat, but somehow we come across the line. 25th iRating, first overall. Bam! Nice. And Hodge hopefully will come through in second place. He's not too far back on the relative now. But that was a difficult race. It's a shame that Brandt there made what I assume must have been some sort of mistake in the pit. Maybe he had contact with another car I didn't see. I'll try and get some info on screen so you guys can see what happened there. But there's Hodge across the line now, I think. So Hodge comes home P2. So there you go. Jimmer and Hodger 1-2. Flying formation. Hodger and Jimmer. I think it's nice to actually get a good result in iRatings. I mean, it comes fairly rarely. But I don't know, it's not the most satisfying win in the world, but it's a win nonetheless. So for me and Hodge, it's going to be goodbye. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button if you really enjoyed it. Hit subscribe to be notified of future videos. Guys, we're super close to 25,000 subscribers now. This is getting a bit silly now. I'm not quite sure what to say apart from thank you all so much. It's been awesome. Thanks again, Hodge, for joining me. It's been rad. Take care. See you guys next time.
Later.